Today, I'm giving you 50 ways to beat food inflation. Some of these things you may have heard before, and some of them I personally have never seen before. For those of you who don't know me, ciao amici, I'm Hackrobat, an Italian-American aerialist located in New York, here to help you save time and money. From quick tips to budget hacks, let's make life easier and keep your wallet full. Stick to a grocery list and only buy extras when they're on sale. This way, you can still enjoy a variety of different foods, but never pay full price. 2. Shop as little as you can. The more you go, the more you're likely to spend. Unless you're in the mood for a certain thing, let's say you're really in the mood for Mexican and you would otherwise go to a restaurant, then just go to the store and buy the ingredients. 3. Buy loss leaders. Only buy from the front page of a store's newspaper where the prices are so low. The idea of it is for them to get you into the store and buy other things. So the grocery store loses money from those items. That's why they're called loss leaders. But you don't have to buy other things because you're a savvy shopper and you subscribe to Hackrobat Finance. Use Flash Food if it's available in your neighborhood. It's a great app. I use it for fruits and vegetables. A bag of random fruits and veggies cost about $5. These veggies are either overstocked or will expire in a few days. So just keep that in mind. 5. Use protein powder in a smoothie as a meal replacement. I've been an aerialist for about 14 years and I need a lot of protein in my diet. But if you're not an athlete, you can take a smaller dosage of protein powder as your protein source for that meal. If comparing servings to the price of powder, then a lot of times protein powders end up being a lot cheaper than other sources of protein. And they taste good. Well, some of them. I'm going to do another video eventually in depth about this. 6. Switch to oat milk and make your own. I pay $2.50 for 2 pounds of oats. I buy them when they're on sale and make oat milk by just adding water and blending them up. You can also strain the extra oats that are left over at the end, but I don't because I'm lazy. I buy milk now about once every 6 months. 7. Skip a meal if you can. A lot of people in the United States are statistically overweight, and now is the time to start cutting down. 8. Buy store brand products, except Oreos, Impossible Meat, and Doritos. They're just not the same in my opinion. Everything else is fair game. 9. Compare unit prices rather than sticker prices. Just make sure they're measuring in the same units. Buy in bulk when it makes sense. So don't buy perishable items in bulk unless you plan on freezing or dehydrating them. 11. Load up on non-perishable items when they're on sale. This week, coffee was on sale, so I bought a couple of more packages than I otherwise would have. 12. Buy dried beans and lentils instead of canned. They're often cheaper and taste better and are much healthier for you. Shop at discount stores like Aldi or Lidl. Even the Dollar Tree sells dried beans and lentils that I've purchased before in the past. Buy frozen veggies or fruits, or even freeze your own. 15. Only go out when there are happy hours or lunch specials. I don't go out often, but recently one of my best friends was in town and we took advantage of a 3-hour happy hour special. We ended up getting 4 margaritas each and some tacos. The tacos were really good. We stayed there for about 5 hours and spent $55 per person, which included the tax and the 20% tip to the waiter. That sounds like a lot, but not in New York in 2025. I did the math and our bill would have been over $90 if we haven't taken advantage of the happy hour. 16. Since you're going to the grocery store, pack your lunches instead of eating out that often. I don't know who can afford to do this all the time anymore. 17. Double, triple, quadruple recipes and freeze the leftovers. 18. Use leftovers to make other meals. Leftover white rice can make a great vegetable fried rice or go well in some stuffed peppers. 19. Add water to recipes to save on ingredients whenever you can. So if a baking ingredient calls for milk, do half milk and half water. 20. While you're at it, add more rice or other cheap ingredients like beans and lentils to inexpensive dishes. I recently added more vegetables and rice to a stuffed peppers recipe rather than more Impossible Meat because the Impossible Meat's really expensive. 21. Buy whole fruits instead of juices. Juice everything yourself. It's healthier and generally cheaper. I generally do a 1/4 cup of juice or maybe a 1/3 of cup of juice and then the rest filled with water. And it's absolutely delicious. It's so much better than any store-bought juice I've ever had. 22, learn to like popcorn for snacks. I buy a bag of popcorn kernels every month for about $2 to $4. This bag will last me the entire month. I'm pretty small and that's why it lasts me a while, but it's still cheaper than paying $7 for half a bag of Doritos because half of it's filled with air. Don't buy bottled water. Just get a filter and use a reusable water bottle. It's also better for the environment. 24, avoid pre-cut fruits and veggies. It costs way cheaper to cut them yourself and ends up usually tasting a lot better and fresher. 25, avoid pre-marinated meats and seafood. Just marinate them yourself. You're paying for the marination, which doesn't take a while and is extremely cheap to do yourself. Shop your pantry before you go out and know what you have on hand before buying anything else. 27, cook foods from what you have at home first. On average, 30 to 40% of food in the United States is wasted. Don't be a statistic. Grow herbs at home. I have another video on this. Most people, if you have even just a window, can grow herbs as you don't need a lot of space to grow them. 29, if you do have the space, start a small garden container, massive garden if you do have that space, depending on how much area you have and your skill level. I've been helping my dad with produce every year, and each year we get better and better, and it's just a really fun, relaxing kind of thing to do. 30, if your diet allows, utilize fiber powder to keep yourself full. I have stomach issues and hold on, I'm with my fiber. Okay, I'm back. Also, my camera died. Also, I got cold, so put this on. So I have stomach issues and I need to add a lot of fiber into my diet. So I purchased this CVS brand psyllium fiber supplement. If you're looking to curb your appetite, just make sure you purchase the one that says appetite control on it because some of them do not have that. So anyways, this is the one I purchased. 31, buy in-season produce. Things tend to be cheaper when they're in season and fresher as well. 32, make your own gigantic iced tea. Get a huge pot, throw a tea bag in there, and boil it for 5 minutes. After, add a little bit over a tablespoon of honey, just to give some sweetness to it. Wait for it to cool, and you have iced tea. I also cut that a little bit as well because it's a little bit of a stronger taste for me, but it's delicious, and it's a really cheap way to make iced tea. Sun tea also works. If you don't know what that is, feel free to Google it after this video. 33, avoid impulse buys in checkout lanes. Avoid the stuff by the register. You generally don't need it, and it's usually not good for you anyway. 34, make your own bread. Bread is now $6 by me. I just make my own now. 35 is stick to the store perimeter. That's where you're going to find your produce, your dairy, your meat, and also less processed foods. 36, avoid convenience stores. I have a lot of them in my area, and things in the convenience stores tend to be more expensive. 37, make your own broth from vegetable butts. You can boil water into a broth, strain it, and repeat this 3 times and make so much vegetable broth for yourself. Sign up for emails from stores. Now that Impossible meat is so expensive, I believe it's more than the price of actual meat now. I combine email deals with manufacturer's coupons with on-sale items. It's probably the only coupon I use. 39 is to freeze meats and seafood when they're on sale. I only buy meat for my cats. I do eat fish, but my cats eat a lot of meat, so I purchased it for them. And I have to harp on freezing because it's just this. $40 is buy less meat. Go vegetarian a few nights a week. Aside from fake meat, beans and lentils are generally a lot cheaper than meat. Learn to make simple, cheap eats recipes. Stuff with ingredients like rice, pasta, oats, cabbage, potatoes, carrots, peanut butter, and so on. I can go on. Buy day-old baked goods and freeze them. My grocery store has a clearance area where they have a ton of bread or muffins and cookies. I find the day-old bread, I freeze them. It's still very fresh and tastes good for a long time. 43. If you have kids, avoid shopping with them or set a clear budget with them. Or in my case, friends who love to shop. I love her, but every time I go shopping with one of my friends, she always ends up trying to push us into buying extra ice cream or chocolate, and I just can't. 44. Use cashback, rewards, and credit cards responsibly. Don't just buy something to get the rewards. Hello, that doesn't make sense. I just got back from Italy and I bought a humongous can of olive oil, and this amount would be so much more money in America, but because I got it from there, it was cheaper and it's also healthier. 46. Buy cheese blocks, not shredded cheese. 47. Buy a whole chicken or a bigger part of the animal rather than a smaller part. I don't eat meat, but my cats do, and I buy food for them from the grocery store. Some meats are $1.49 per pound. I recently purchased an entire pork shoulder, which was 12 pounds. The thing was massive, but it ended up being a lot cheaper than, let's say, buying a thing of ribs. 48. This one's a little bit out there, but if it's legal in your area, you might as well forage for what's around. I live in Long Island and I personally forage blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, wineberries, and dandelions. Dandelions are grown all over the US, and I use the heads for tea and the leaves for salad. They kind of taste like arugula. 49. Use orange skins to make candied orange peels. 50. Challenge yourself to a pantry week once a month where you only eat from the food that you already have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to saving money on groceries and food, remember, when in doubt, freeze it. What type of stuff do you like to freeze? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.